Hey guys, welcome to No Lynn. This is where I grew up at. I was about y'all's age, about first, second, third grade. I used to live here, and as you can look around, this is just a small town. This was a little grocery store down here. The railroad tracks are running along there, and there was an actual safe from the Civil War still in that old building. And there was a little store there. We used to come up here and get things. And this gentleman here that lives here now, his name is Frankie Vincent. We stopped and asked him, and they had a church. And this is where I attended church at. This is where I met Christ at a young age. But I just want you to look at it now as we walk up here. I want to give the picture of the front of the building first. You have to picture about, oh gosh, over 50 years ago, this great big church here, the great big steeple. We used to come here on Wednesdays and Sunday nights. My sister, I can remember Joyce going to church here also. And there's a place not too far from here called Taylor Bend Park where we got baptized. But this was a big thing. Everybody's just so excited that they get to come out here and go. But now, look at it. The weeds have taken over it. The trees have grown up. It's just a shame that something like this has happened. This is like kind of the parable where Jesus was talking about, where someone that went out and planted seeds or the weeds take over. So let's look at what we're walking up to now. Here's the gate we used to come in, full of honeysuckles. This is what we have to wade through now to get. This was the front door where people used to just stand here and greet you as you come in. But now weeds are taking over. I don't even remember if there was electricity here at the time, but there's some here now. I can just imagine the last time that door was locked up. Somehow or other, I want to get inside of just but that steeple, that probably reaches about 60 foot high. I realized I had no clue how big this was. But the parable says, that same day Jesus left the house and went to the lakeside where he sat down to teach. The crowd that gathered around him was so large that he got into a boat and sat in it. While the crowd stood on the shore, he used parables to tell them. Once there was a man who went out to sow grain. As he scattered the seeds in the field, some of it fell along the path. Birds came along and ate it. Some of it fell on rocky ground where there was little soil. The seeds sprouted because the soil wasn't deep. They died. Then the sun came up. It burnt the young plants, and the roots had not deep enough. Some of the seeds fell among thorn bushes, which grew up and choked the plants. Some of the seeds fell in good soil, and the plants bore grain. Some had 100 grains, others 60, and others 30. And just said, listen, you must have ears. So guys, as you can see, with not proper maintenance, how bad this place looks. This should have been kept up better than this. This was God's house at one time. But now you're at home. How are you taking care of God's house? Since we're not going to church these days, bless, how are you treating your house? Are you treating it as your church? Because we're what makes the church. We talk about all the time about being young and about good seeds. Are you still reaching out to people? Are you helping people? Are you helping your friends become to know you? Or are you letting other weeds grow up in your life? And weeds as far as video games or outside activities that are taken away from you. We talk about it every week, yet you got to have a balanced diet of prayer, Bible study. Wow. We look around. At one time this house had tons of stained glass in it. I guess over the years people have come and stolen it or knocked it down. Somehow I've got to get inside of this just to look at it one more time. I wish I knew this door was locked or not. I've got to try it. To try to get in one more time. I can remember walking up here, walking the door, people shaking your hand. There's some pews here, and Joyce, my sister, was sitting here, and I sitting here. They done an altar call. I can't get in. Guys, even though this building's sentimental, it's not the building that makes us what we are. It's the Christ in us. So I just hope no matter where you're at today, until this it's going to get over. I say it every week. It's going to end. Just give it some time. But you be the church. Be the church, as I say every week, to your parents, to your friends. Send cards out to your grandparents. Send a card to Tony and Becca. Say you're thinking about them. Just let the people know. Anyway, let's pray. Lord, we thank you so much for this building right here, Lord. Years ago, this is where I come to know you. I just thank you for the people who took time just to have young people come, Lord, but it's no longer here anymore. But I thank you that my roots are deep enough that I stayed firm with you. I just pray for all of our kids that they can stay firm, get their roots embedded. And Lord, we just thank you. We love you so much. Amen. Hey guys, we just left the old church I used to go in Nolin, and now we're at a place called Taylor Bend Park, and this is where I was baptized at. There was an old bridge that went across, but years ago this was a beautiful place, but just vandalism and things like that, they closed it down. But right across the creek here up a little bit, they walk you down in the water and they baptize you. And that's something that has really meant a lot to me, this area. We're at the back of another church here to get on this property, but I don't know, it's about time you're getting about the age now you can start talking to your parents about being baptized. Remember when Jesus was baptized and he came up out of the water and the Father said, "This is my Son who I'm well pleased." Well, you're getting about that age of accountability now, and you bless them kids are getting pretty big. So start talking to your parents, and just to talk to Pastor Tony or me if you want to about it. I mean, it's just something that God set an example for. So, there's different ways. Some be dunked, some be sprinkled, some be poured on, but I was dunked, and it was pretty cool because you're way out in this water. And I remember there were so many people standing on the riverbank. We walked out there, and the pastor come out there, and he just takes you and lays you down. So this place means a lot to me. But I know Pastor Tony, you would just get with him, and parents, you start talking to your kids about their baptism. They're getting an age of accountability now. They're growing up, and it's right before our eyes. So this is just something that's sentimental to me. And I just feel God telling me right now, Father, you were here and I'm well pleased with you. Lord, we thank you again for this another beautiful place that we get to spend some time with you, Lord. And we thank you for the means of baptism. And I just pray that you just talk to these kids' hearts and see if they're ready, let them know they're ready, and talk to their parents and then talk to the pastor. And Lord, even as is, I know you're well pleased with them. And I just thank you so much for this day. I just thank you for this time. And Lord, I give you back the blessing on kids. I'm very proud of them. Lord, we love you so much. Amen.